Okay, Tuesday, 23rd of July, 2024. So Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Subscribe for more daily content. Now, story time. The time that I didn't go to Spain. So, in February 2020, I went to Mexico for a whole month. No, 3 weeks. And I came back near the end of February. And some friends of mine were talking about they were planning to go to Spain for a few days. I can't remember exactly, 5 days, no more than a week. And I said to them, if you guys just wait 1 week and go a week later, I'm happy to go with you, as opposed to coming back from Mexico and then after a day or 2 or 3 or 4, I can't remember the details, going off to Spain, which would have been amazing. The sun, learning Spanish, or using Spanish, whatever else. But I said to them, just wait a few days and I'll come with you. They didn't wait, they went. And in the end, I didn't go with them. Okay. My main reason for not going, that was holding me back here, really, it was mentally, so to speak, was, I can't afford it. I felt I couldn't be able to afford it. Okay, that right there, that thought right there. Think that you can't afford it. Fair enough. Now, they went there, they had a fun time. They saw some interesting stuff there with the first part of the lockdowns and things are happening, chaos and all the rest, and some adventures and ludicrous thing where it takes 5 hours to get somewhere as opposed to 10 minutes because of things happening. So all sorts of crazy interesting things happen there. Great. They come back to the UK, lockdowns begin soon after, a week or 2 or 3 after. Now, that belief that I wouldn't be able to afford it was something that held me back. And it's something that I've pondered about over the past few years. And really, only now, really started to realise that what I should have done was push the boat, push the envelope there, go for it. Because ultimately, the money can be earned back. That experience, that moment, that's gone. That can't be recreated. That happened at a certain time, 4 odd years ago, 3.5 odd years ago. That's gone. Well, 4 odd years ago. That's gone. But the money, let's say, even if I did pay for the flight and my share of the accommodation, I would have had, let's say, £500 less. Just pick a number, £500 less. Do you mean to tell me that over the past 4 years, from then till today, I could not earn that money back? Of course I can. Of course I could. Of course I did. So that tells you then that the money can be earned back. The money can always be earned back. But that experience, adventure, the place, destination, the things you see and do and hear and taste and smell, all that was for the sake of, say, £500. And I was too fearful that this £500, I wouldn't be able to afford it. And because of that fear, those experiences never happened. Now, in the grand scheme of things, it's no disaster because still alive, still working, and still building. But also, in the grand scheme of things, that £500 could have been earned back over the 3-4 odd years. That fear, that thought that wouldn't be able to afford it, held me back. So then I say now, then, with regards to travel and by logical extension, other things in life, push the envelope. Do this, do that, and go here, go there. I'm sorting out going to a few places later on this year, 2 months travel to certain places. And it's somewhat costly. Sort this out, logistics here, logistics there, this and that, and paperwork and documents and all the rest. But I'm thinking, yes, this is costly, but the adventure is unique. The experience will be priceless. It will allow me to do and see and experience things that I wouldn't normally be able to do, wouldn't normally be able to. And for the cost of this I'm paying, it's priceless. Because this experience is proportional to the cost, to the expense, to the complexity of it. It's all proportional. So the principle there is I realised that fear held me back from just pushing the envelope because the money could always be earned back. By definition, I'm still alive. It didn't break the bank, so to speak. Here I am still. And I could have gone there and I could have done it. But I didn't, because of fear in here, not sure, always worried about something. So then that right there was a lesson to say, push the envelope. I could have done it. I could have gone there. I could have spent just as many days with them. I could have seen just as crazy things happening that they saw. And what happened to them, that could happen to me as well. I could have seen something that would have been unique, something that they wouldn't have seen or recognized. Powerful. But that moment is gone. Gone. It's basically impossible to recreate that situation now. That scenario, the tension, the place, the weather, whatever, all these things, countless things have to come together to recreate it. And for the sake of £500, no true regrets. Just in general, just move on in life, just do other things in life. But it's an interesting observation. The fear of not being able to afford something held me back. That's the key thing here. The fear of not being able to afford something held me back. And the inability to recognize that the money can be earned. The money can always be earned again, but the experience, the adventure, that's lost, that's gone. Now, of course, practically speaking, there'll always be more adventures. There's always more in the future, don't get me wrong, but it's that lesson right there. That belief, that false belief held me back. And we don't want that in life. We don't want to be held back by things, denied. No. We want to live it to the fullest and do amazing, exciting things. And that belief held me back, which meant I didn't go, which meant didn't have the experiences, didn't have the adventure. What a shame. Any regrets? No, but it's an observation. It's a realization of that inefficiency in life. Certainly in my life and experience, that can be tweaked, refined, worked on. That's why back in April, I went to Ireland. I had a big road trip around Ireland and climbed 3 mountains, Isle of Man, Northern Ireland and Republic of Ireland. And the same principle of not worrying about the cost of it was why I did that. And that was 3 odd weeks. I went for it. The money can be earned back. Yeah, no problems. But the experience, the comfort zone expanding, that's priceless. Priceless. And you could also say, when you really follow the logic, you could say, well, it's accelerationism. If the comfort zone is going to be expanded eventually, then you might as well do it now, today, as soon as possible, instead of waiting for it to naturally happen over the next, say, 3, 5, 10 years. Just do it now. Perfect. And then, interestingly, because of that adventure and a few other things, I've realised that each subsequent adventure has gotten more and more ambitious. Further and further afield, longer and longer time, more and more crazy ideas. Mountains and driving and whatever else, and road trips. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. And all of that, the ones in the next few months and back in April, because I realised that little belief that held me back in late February 2020. That had I gone to Spain with my friends, then it would have been a well, yeah, of course, by definition, it would have been a fun time. But I held myself back. Fear, doubt, and insecurity held me back. But in hindsight, yeah, I could have easily afforded it, and it wouldn't have made a difference. It wouldn't have made a difference in 5, 10, 20 years from then. So 2030, 2040, 2050, it'd make a difference. It's that priceless experience. I did a video about this actually months ago now. When you got a choice of things, do the one that's rarer. Do the one that will be, the scenario, the situation will be harder to recreate. So if you got a choice of, say, 2 things, and one of them is every week, a weekly event, and the other one is once a month, then do this one on that particular day. Clash of calendar, for example, clash of time. You got a choice. Do the monthly thing, because this one will come again next week. This one you got to wait 30 days. But then expand the logic. This one is once a month, and this one's once a year. If you can't do both, do the rarer thing. But otherwise, no real regrets. But it's an interesting observation that fear and doubt, insecurity held me back. Push the envelope. Do amazing stuff. Otherwise, yeah, you probably regret it. But even then, regret's a strong word. It's just not even lament. It's just that would have been cool. But there's always more adventures. But recognize that. I recognized it. Then you could say, what's holding you back? Worth thinking about. But otherwise, this is Adrian's daily vlog. Sharing smart stuff men should know. Sharing smart stuff men should know. Travel Tuesday. you will see me tomorrow.